It is now 4 o'clock, so it's an hour later than it was when I made the earlier video. So you can see that the surf is still really high. There's almost no wind. So the energy that went into the water that is making these waves was put into the water out there somewhere a while ago, because there's no wind now. So it's not current wind that's pushing these waves and making them so big. So you can see where there's that ledge. You know, as the next wave comes in, it comes up against that drop off and pushes its way up over the edge. And now the waves are not getting up into this upper part of the intertidal. There's still water sitting there, but that's from when the waves were actually getting up in there as they were coming on shore. So this is what? A flood tide or an ebb tide that's going on here? Okay. And it just so happens that Oregon coast, including this spot right here in Depoe Bay, there was an extremely high tide and an extremely low tide earlier today, one of each, that were extreme. And then there will also be another high tide, another low tide, but they won't be as extreme. So what's the terminology we use for that setup of tides? Okay, so there's one word, shall we say, for the fact that there are two of each in about a 24-hour period. And there's another word for the fact that the two highs and the two lows are not the same magnitude. Okay, so what are those two terms that we use for describe, the description I just gave you of what the tides are doing on the Oregon coast today and yesterday and maybe a bit tomorrow? Now, did you notice that last night and then maybe the night before the moon was full? Okay, so when the moon is full, there's a certain name for the type of tide that happens then. Because when the moon is full, that's one of the situations that causes there to be high tides and low tides. Look at those curls. Those are bigger surf than, they're starting further out. They're starting to curl over further out than they were an hour ago when I was filming. Because you look at way out there, it's starting to break way out there now, which means that there's more energy in the water, which means that those circulation cells of energy, you know how they get smaller and smaller as you go further down in the water column? They're extending further down into the water column. Okay, so what is it? What do we call that? What do we call that place down in the water beneath which there is no energy, no motion of energy through the water? Okay, there's a name for that. It's called wave blank. Okay.